Yeah?
Is trading gonna work?
Yes, honey, but I'm going live right now. And yes, yes. Yeah? Yes, honey, but I'm going live right now. And yes, yes.
here we go. Let's see what we've got. It is Sunday, 5:52 p.m. Doing a bit of an experiment here. All right. I'm going to check the latest news, but I don't think there's been anything since a couple hours ago when it was announced that Europe and the US had reached a tariff agreement to avert a trade war. So, I'm expecting gold to drop at the open, although right now I'm not seeing any signs of the dollar being much or the gold being much weaker in terms of relative strength. If we look over here, we see that the dollar is at negative 2.0 and gold is negative 2.9. So the dollar is a bit weaker. We have 77% of retail traders long, and we are less than 6 minutes away from the open. Let's take a little trip around the block here. The VIX is down at 14.93. If you want to see the latest analysis, you can go to the BarcelonaTrader.com. Scroll down, you'll see a big video with the analysis for this session sitting right there. Dollar 97.673 had been coming down and then rising just a little bit before market close. The treasury yields are at 4.386. Pretty sideways for the last few hours there of trading. Here we are with the 5-minute. Move this over here. Getting started here. We're going to see maybe drop down to here. Got the WM2 and the DM2 right at the same spot. Probably bounce from there. Okay.
Good, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying something new here. I'm trying to get the the screen to look right on YouTube.
Okay.
And so in theory, I'm not sharing my screen with you, but if you look at my camera, you should be able to see like my whole screen. Does that work?
So, oh, I see you in the left corner,
Yeah.
Barcelona Trader. I see the 8-inch session, trades take. I like that. Trades lost, break even, and I do see your chart.
Okay, cool. So I have some things to work on, which I'll do between now and our next session, which is how to get multiple cameras up there at once. Let me see if I can do that now, actually.
Okay. Is it storming in New York?
No, it said it was going to be raining, but it hasn't really done much.
We're like going crazy here. I'll probably lose power again.
Oh, wow.
I've never lived in an area that lose power as much as this. It reminds me of a South African lady I used to trade with.
Yeah.
They have rollouts there.
Yeah, rolling.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to be off in a minute because the rollout is coming. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
They roll out our power. They stop us. I'm like, what? Are you serious? He's like, yes. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And here I am living in South Jersey, and I feel like I'm in South Africa. So ridiculous. Yeah, I can count like a dozen times, and we're only in July. Well, I lost power.
Yeah. Do you see you? Do you see you on the screen now? On my screen now?
I see me up top.
Beside myself, right?
No.
Oh.
You're in a column to the left.
Oh.
Can you take a snapshot of it and show it?
No, that's all right. We have 30 seconds left for the opening, so let's concentrate on that first.
Yeah. Where are you at with the trades on your account? 36? Where are you at?
Hang on. No, I'm kind of screwed. I'm at 26.
The sell's at 26?
Sells at 26. Yep. Look at that drop. Look at that huge drop.
Where's the buy?
The buy is at 34.17.
So we're nowhere near each other.
No, I know.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Look at that huge drop. So well, anyway, I'm in positive now. Like that, we are now below my sell. So if it comes back up, I'll get out.
Hold on, how is it at 33.37? 23.
From the sellers, XAUUSD, ask 3,332.00. Sell hedge.
I had a position in, pending position at 33.32. Oh shit! You know what? This motherfucker. It didn't open up on. How can it say? How can it say trading not? What? Something happened with this trade locker. I don't like trade locker. It just let it slip past my
That'll be your broker, not trade logger.
Yeah.
26.
You're in 26. You said, right?
Yeah.
All right. We should probably try and get out of that.
If it comes back up, if it keeps going down right now, I should stay in, right?
Yeah. It's gonna, but I think we're gonna see another return.
All right, I'm gonna set it to get out. I'm just gonna set a stop loss to get out. It looks like it's coming back up. I'll just get out. I got out.
Okay, you can always jump right back in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you have to.
Yep. Where shall I set the pending?
We're at 26.
the low right now is, oh, sorry.
No, you can.
Trying to figure out where the low is, but my trade locker hasn't woken up yet, so I can't see.
I think 23 might be the spot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
So, all right, so trading didn't even open up yet.
What hasn't opened up?
Trading view.
Oh, yeah, right, exactly. All right, well, that was convenient. It at least let me out.
Yeah.
But, you know, what was announced was the U.S. and the EU reached a trade agreement.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just in the last few hours, and that's why I thought it was going to keep going down. All right, there goes trading view.
I would put it right at the bottom of that support on the daily pivot. Do you have that? Is that like at 24?
Yeah, like at 23, right?
Yeah, 24, 23, and that there we go.
Okay.
I think you're a little below me, right? Yours is normally a little bit different than mine, so yeah.
Where's yours now?
My well, ends at 24.05.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, I put my pending here at 23, and I'll just.
So you're not in at 33, 36?
Nope.
All right, I'm closing that
I
out.
was, but I moved it down because I thought we were going up, that it had let me out, but then it came back. Then it came down and it wicked me in.
So I put mine at 33.24.
Okay. 1266.
All right, gotta get that now.
Yeah. All right, so now we're at the MPP, which is also the DM2. Can you hear the music?
No.
Okay, I'm having problems with that one too.
Okay.
Let me see.
I've been on this course all day, man.
How's it been going?
It's just exhausting.
Yeah?
You know, because every time I think I'm done, I will find something that I didn't add, like my 10 pip profit,
Yeah.
daily profit,
Yeah.
right? The whole thing that the whole strategy is based on wasn't in it.
Uh,
So I had to go because I was finishing up one of the strategies and it said you're familiar with the 10 pip. I said, where did I didn't even put 10 pip in here. So how could it be familiar?
right.
I heard the music for a second there.
Yeah. But then I had to stop it.
I talked to Jeff tonight.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he said he was going through a lot because he lost his job.
Yeah.
And are we streaming yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
But he's coming back to trade with us.
Oh, good. We have no viewers right now. All right, so now you see my screen, right?
I see just your screen. I don't see what I saw before.
Right, okay. That work for you?
Yeah, but I did like what you had up before.
Okay, so what I had up before is what is viewable on YouTube right now.
So with the gold boxes is on YouTube.
Yeah. Here,
Okay, cool.
let me give you that link so you can go see it just a second.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. All right, I put that in the Zoom chat.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear the music through YouTube?
I'm hearing it.
Oh,
from
you're
you, I guess.
right.
I can't tell.
Right. Okay. How does it look on YouTube?
It looks good.
Can you give it a like? Just see what that. Cool.
It's delayed.
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds delayed.
Yeah, because now it's just saying, can you get on? Can you get on? All right.
So now I just got to figure out how to have it show both you and me, but it'll just take me a
It
couple
doesn't
days.
have to show me.
No, it better if it.
Okay.
It's better if it does. But we'll figure it out. I just gotta. I'm just. This is the first time I'm experimenting with this. It's like multiple softwares running at the same time. It's not just Zoom.
Same time. Right.
I can hear my computer huffing and puffing. All right. Well, is that all we're gonna see? Is just that little opening dance, and that's it. If you look at the relative strength, we've got gold much weaker than the dollar right now. We should be going down.
I think this is a big news week, isn't it?
Not sure. Let's take a look. Nothing tomorrow. Tuesday, jolts. Tuesday we have jolts and CB consumer confidence. Wednesday we have ADP non-farm employment, advanced GDP, and then on also on Wednesday we have the federal funds rate, so FOMC, whether they're going to raise interest rates or lower them or not, and there's, I guess, a small chance that they might lower them. And then the statement, and then on Thursday, as always, unemployment and PCE. So yeah, big week, especially Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, even Jeff was saying, there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing. There's nothing out there for a high paying job. They're gone. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting tough.
Yeah. I got the link to the thing on that you sent me earlier. It actually just popped up.
What's that?
Barcelona Trader. Sure, there was one of my, I guess something on my YouTube.
Oh, yeah, because you're subscribed. I think I'd have to do something here.
Where's your buy trade on your account?
Hang on just a second. My buy is at 34.17.
The music stopped. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm having some difficulties here because everything seems to be working except my screen isn't moving. You know, my I'm moving. I can see myself talking, but
Right.
I see that my
The
chart
charts aren't moving.
chart isn't moving. It's moving in front of me. I can see it moving in front of me, but what I'm seeing going out over YouTube is frozen.
Hmm.
So
That's the 10-second chart.
yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. Well, I'm having technical difficulties, so I guess I don't. Not sure why. I'll try to figure it out for the next stream. So my concern here is that we're going to go down, and it's going to trigger the hedge again at 23. Or I could just put it in here at 31.
We seem to be going down. Maybe that's what we should do.
Should I put it in?
Yeah. I don't know, man, because it's got. I'm waiting for it to break the DM3 first, because the DM3 and the WM3 on my end is 33.30. They're both 33.30. 94
The DM2, the DM2 and the WM2.
in the W2. Yeah. What did I say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 30. I mean, if you want to push it up to like 28, maybe, so it's not that far off. Maybe that's what we should do.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. If it goes those 2 pips down, then might as well save a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gone down. In fact, this is looking like a sell to me.
It didn't break the DM2.
Where do you have the DM2?
30.94. I mean, it looks like a sell, but it's not confirmed yet.
I have the DM2 at 31.73.
You have it at 31.
Yeah.
A little under you. I would still wait on it.
Okay.
If you're already in it, then you're in it. But you know.
I'm not already in it, no. I didn't sell.
Plus, you have to take into consideration that since the open, the low is 33.29.42. So we're not even a pep off of it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see some momentum. Like, we're not gonna see what happens for open, but show me something.
Well, you know, I don't think that's true that the low is 30. I think that's what it's showing here on TradingView. But remember, I was in at 33.17 and it got me out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, if I look here here on MT4, the low is 33.16 something.
Right. We gotta keep that in mind. But giving us false information.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I started condensing my MetaTraders so that I only have my four that I'm actually trading on,
Yeah.
and the one with the pivot and the one with the Hakanashis.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I had different MetaTraders running different things on it. So
Oh,
I said, let me cut back on some of these MetaTraders. That might help. It
right.
seems to have helped a lot, you know.
Oh, yeah. I'll bet.
But I was running close to 36, 40 MetaTraders on my desktop. This thing's only running 7 MetaTraders and was having issues, you know.
Right. Right. Well, desktop's typically going to be a lot more powerful than the laptop anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting on the stream. We'll talk about it later.
Hmm. Sucks, right? That's the bad
Yeah.
part. That's the bad part about streaming.
You gotta be on your P's and Q's
Yeah.
because they stay on these streams. They stay there, right?
Yeah, but I can take them down. Like the other day, I took one down when we had a conversation that as soon as we were done, nobody had watched it. I just took it down.
Okay.
Look at the 1 minute Takanashi. It's just really crammed in there. Nothing's going on.
It's crammed. Yep.
But it's bound to break down. I mean, look at the strength differential between the dollar and gold.
Big difference.
Yeah. So LMFX has the open at 3321.28.
So they both kind of off then, right?
Well, the low it has it at 3316, but
Okay.
but the open it has it at 3321. Jeff says he'll come back, but he's just having a tough time right now.
Yeah, but I think he'll be back this week.
He didn't tell you had to get rid of me.
No, he was asking about you. I don't think he got a problem with you.
All right.
I think he had a problem with himself. You know?
Yeah. Here we go. If it breaks below this support on the 1, and it is, what do you think?
I don't see enough momentum in it. Not yet. It's sitting on that support on the 1 minute and on the 10-second chart. So
Yep.
maybe it'll break it.
And the Renko.
Renko looks like it wants to move,
Yep.
but it's not doing it yet. See how it just went back up?
Yep.
Trying to trick people. You're not suckering me.
here it comes. Here it goes. I thought it was going to break harder.
Yeah, there's just not enough momentum in it for me to want to get in yet.
Well,
You might grab $50 to $100 out of this, but it's not for me.
um, I took zero. I took zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Now you take it, it's gonna go boom.
Yeah. That's what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a trigger on. There you go.
There it goes. We're in.
You ready?
I just meant that we are hedge triggered.
Oh, my head's triggered. Figured it just to go back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's edging, believe. Check out the file I just dropped in the chat.
What's that?
Check out the file I just dropped in the chat.
Oh yeah.
I changed these two. You think that's the better version?
Yeah. Um, yeah. You make it. I didn't know that you were, or if I guess maybe this is something I didn't notice last time, was how specific you're making it to gold traders as opposed to just traders in general.
Right.
But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it specific because if you go after just traders,
Mm-hmm.
it'll get lost in the sea of trading books.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like just like people who teach.
Yeah.
You know, you're just out there. What happened was when I sent the cover that I originally had with me on the front to Mike Driggers, he's like, no, 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 you got to take people off because people will be preconceived. There'll be white people that don't want to buy from a black guy.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, really?
Yeah.
He's like, yes. I said, so shall I leave my picture? No, you can put it on the back, you know, because by the time they start looking, they're already hooked, you know, but they'll, you know. So he said also put the word big, gold trading big in the front,
Uh-huh.
you know. I said, all right. So we'll see. I'm reading about one guy. He's a trader, and he says he makes about $2,500 a month off his book.
Oh
He's
wow.
been making that every month since he released it like 3 years ago.
Wow.
I'm like, what? You know, like that's good money. You know. All right, we are going now.
No news tomorrow, no. All right.
They just suckered everybody to go in on that sell.
Yeah. We had the swing low and the bull volume protecting us on the 1 minute.
Word. But people didn't have it.
Right. Right.
They're crying.
Or people who had it and knew enough to take a buy right there. They're happy. That was also the low of last week right there. We hit that on Friday.
When he was 26, 28.
Yeah, right there around 26, yeah. All right, 1 minute for the hourly candle. Now we got triggered and it's going to go up. Who do we see about this?
Powell. We'll blame Powell. Wow, look at that. I don't want to trade against what we see.
Yeah.
It could be just a trap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My MPP is 33.33. That's what it's sitting right now.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to trade tonight. I'll wait for it to suss itself out, find out what it wants to do by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then we'll pick bones if we can, you know,
Yeah.
off the carcasses that are trading blindly. I mean, it does have it did cut before 34 to 10 pips. You look at the 10-second chart.
Yeah.
33.24, 33.34. So that's a movement, just not really showing us how to get in it.
Right. Looks like the MPP might stop it.
Yeah. And this was that plus. Look at the 1 minute Hakanashi. 5 minute Hakanashi got a little run, but I think the MPP is going to stop it. Yeah.
Okay, I think I finally got my screen to work. On
Are you
YouTube.
done?
Yeah, I think it's finally doing it.
Okay.
Check it. Alright, now let me try one more thing. You can hear the music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It broke the monthly pivot. We should have left our trade at 24.
Sorry, what'd you say?
We should have left our sell trade where it was.
Yep, we should have, yeah.
We would have been in much better shape.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll get out of it. I was finishing up one of the chapters on the 10 pip a day trade,
Yeah.
and I wrote it, and then I threw it into ChatGPT to clean it up and, make it better.
Yep.
Came back and gave me this brilliantly wrote article that fixed mine, made mine look way better.
Uh-huh.
But I went through it with a fine-tooth comb, and all the numbers were wrong.
Oh.
I type again. How did you screw up my numbers? Then it came back and said, "Oh, you're absolutely." I'll read what it said. It's funny, man.
Did it fix it?
Yeah, it fixed it, but I had to catch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like I'm trying to see if I still have it up. Hold on. Probably not. No, that's not it. Oh, let me see.
Wonder if this is just going to keep going up now. Looks like it's stalled out.
Yeah.
Looks like it's stalled out.
Keep forgetting the trick to charge my keyboard and mouse.
What's that?
Keep forgetting to charge my keyboard and mouse. Like
Oh.
they're,
Yeah.
like they're never gonna run out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I guess is it. Well, I'm gonna call it because that's not enough for me to trade. Are you staying on?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on till a little while later. Yeah.
All right. Be careful. Don't get sucked out.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Alright.
I'm gonna be careful.
All right. I'll be in at 7:30 tomorrow.
All right. I'll see you in the morning. Have a good night.
All right. Peace. You too, man.
All right. Let's see what we have going on here, YouTube. I think what I haven't done is put the live stream up on the website. So let me do that. Live stream. Edit that page. There we go. I see. I still have the wrong thing there. Oh no, this is the 27th. But I have the interesting. I guess I gotta figure out how to change the thumbnail. Thought I had done that. Alright, anyway, we're gonna see what's going on here. Looks like we want to go up, but we have parity between the dollar and gold right now in terms of relative strength. And we are hitting a bit of a resistance here on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and the 15-minute Haganashi on MetaTrader 4. So I want to be careful about that. I don't have any reason here to be sharing my screen on Zoom anymore. Nice run up here, just did not give us any entry points. And we were also trading against the trend at that point too. But it looks like things might have reversed. Still, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like we should be going up, given that we reached a trade agreement with Europe. Gold loses its safe haven appeal. Might be looking at a sell here. I think we might be. Just let it, see if it's gonna pop down a bit. Well, we're coming up on the MPP, actually. So if I'm just looking here at the 10-second chart, that looks like an attractive trade. But if I flip over here to the 1 minute, I see I've got the MPP sitting right here, the monthly pivot point. On the way up, we blasted right through it as if it weren't there. But, you know, on the way back down, we could see people setting some stop losses right below that. So it could trigger those and then pop right back up. But if it breaks down here below the MPP, I'm looking at potentially a sell. Which is right there. Okay, we're coming back below the MPP. It doesn't whipsaw. Probably hitting some stop losses here. All right, we have 1 minute for the 30-minute candle at 7:30. Take a little sell here. Not worth it. We'll see what happens on the half hour. Might take a $50 loss here. There it is. See what happens. Gonna whipsaw back, or is it gonna come down? I don't like what it's doing there. See if it gives us just a little bit. There we go. I'm just gonna take it, you know? Take it. Took the $20. Would have given me 30 right there. Probably 40, 50. Yeah, it would have given me more. But it wasn't giving me a clear enough sign. So win's a win. In these market conditions, can't be playing around too much. So we're going to do the right thing there by saying we took 2 trades, which we did. 1 win, 1 break even. That's right. Now, let's see. Certainly would have given me more, and it's going to give me more now if I get back in. But we're coming up on the WM3. I'm just not going to do it. The market is not really behaving with much momentum. Clearly, I'm not reading it the way I'd like to. That was at 1929. Took an Arago, which is the name of my play. Sell. A setup. Price hesitated. For over a minute. Then paid me $20 per account. glad I bailed when I did. All right, let's see what it does now. Is it going to come back? Are we going to do it again? What do we have going on over here on the 1? So we have it coming up here right on the WM2 and on a swing low line right there. If it has momentum to push through here, sure. What's that going to look like over here? Getting through that support right there. But I don't want it to just pussyfoot through there. If it takes off with a little bit of momentum, we'll go. Now I've got a bull volume not too far below that, but it could make the trade worthwhile. There it goes. That would have been worthwhile. But again, I'm gonna let that react because it did just go into a bull volume, so it's probably with the low volume that we have overall in the market right now, it's not going to continue. These are just going to be little trades, little trades. I can feel that I'm getting a little trigger happy. All right, let's see what we're doing here. We're going to come through this area again. Sometimes you gotta have something to fidget with. I have a pair of drumsticks, I've got a slinky, I've got a Rubik's Cube. When I get a little fidgety, hey, hey, hey. So we came through the WM2 with a little bit of momentum. We found some support here. Now it comes back up and taps again. Sometimes those pivots act like magnets. Okay, here we come again. Let's see. Alright, so over here on a higher time frame, it's the 1 minute time frame, we can see that we're coming back up above the WM2. I really don't see, a trade for me here. And we have, in the relative strength index, we have the dollar significantly stronger than gold. I'm just getting, mixed indicators, no real confluence, which is what we say when indicators line up with each other. That's confluence. So what we're seeing right here is, we've got some market structure. Right now, this is this was a low. Now we have a higher low. We could be going up here to create a higher high. That would, signify that we're back in this uptrend, which is what these regression channels seem to be showing. The regression channel are these lines here that are kind of showing the channel that the price is in right now. Overall, an uptrend, even though it's going up and down within that trend. But I'm not so sure that that's what's happening this evening. If I look at it here on this lower time frame on 10 seconds, we're coming down. We are getting these two numbers to converge, which means gold is strengthening, the dollar is weakening, which signifies that we're going up, at least right in this red hot moment. Yeah, and yeah, you know, there's just not enough happening right now in this moment for there to be a trade. A lot of times you're just waiting for the market to show you what it's going to do. And in this case, the market is just telling us that it's hanging out. It's not really moving. If we look at it here, you know, if we bring this together, we see that, you know, there's really only, what is that, from 38 to 34, there's only, you know, 4 pips, $4 movements, you know, here. And it's not making those movements decisively. It's kind of meandering. And that's just not enough to, you know, confidently say, okay, I'm going to trade that and, you know, risk a significant amount of money that it's going to do X, Y, or Z next. It has to show us what it's going to do. Okay, so now it might be showing us that it wants to come down decisively here. We're getting some momentum. I'm not ready to jump in there yet because I see a support on the 1 minute right here. It has to get through that, and that's going to be harder for it to get through. You know, that's like down here, so it needs to come through down here for me to say that that's something I want to get involved with. But I do like that it's starting to show some more momentum. It's starting to show some ambition to move down. And I like that it found a little bit of support right here, because now if it comes down again, it's driving off of that support on the way down. Right now it's driving off that support on the way up. So I'm going to say that was not a very convincing move down. It had no conviction. I'm just going to check in here with my journal. I like to do, every once in a while just write something. The reason is I like to check my handwriting. Sometimes it's a bit of an indicator as to how I'm feeling. If I'm a little jittery, my handwriting is sloppy. If I'm a little rushed or anxious, my handwriting is sloppy. If I'm calm, cool, collected, and in the zone, my handwriting is very smooth. Usually I can feel those things in my body and don't need to check my handwriting. But a lot of that's because in the beginning, when I wasn't as attuned to my feelings and to my level of anxiety, handwriting was the best barometer I had. I could say, oh, okay, I probably shouldn't be trading if I can't write a sentence that I can read. My handwriting's pretty sloppy, as it is, anyway. See, now we're fairly far above the WM2 here. It kind of went up, came back down, up. Back here on the lower time frame, when we looked at it before, we were in a downtrend, but now we are in an uptrend there. Here's the 5 minute. Let's just take a little trip around the block here and look at what the dollar's been doing. The dollar has been falling in this session. Now, in my mind, the Asia session officially doesn't begin until 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 3.5 minutes away. But on Sundays, I get on a couple hours before that because depending on what's happened over the weekend, there can be news, and the news will impact price. And so a lot of times at the open, I want to be there. And today we saw at the open, we saw this happen here. This vertical blue line here is the divider line that separates Friday's market close and the Sunday night open. And we saw it closed here on Friday. The first thing that happened, boom, dropped down. It actually dropped down further than that, but on TradingView it's not showing it. It dropped down probably to right around down here. And that could have presented a good trading opportunity. I didn't trade it. It wasn't clear what was happening, but I'm sure that was due to the trade agreement that the US and the EU reached, or that Donald Trump announced a few hours before the market opened. That takes some risk out of the market. People feel more confident putting their money into things that are not gold. And so gold's safe haven asset, safe haven appeal, takes a hit. It recovered right away. So, plenty of other buyers stepped in and still thought that gold was a good value down there and brought price back up. And that's where we are right now. Now, I'm trading gold futures right now. Tono, my partner, who was here a little while ago, actively trades spot gold. That's just kind of the way we've divided things up for how we teach. I teach futures, he teaches spot, but we both trade both things. All right, we have 1 minute for the 8 o'clock candle. So as I said, I consider 8 o'clock, 30 seconds from now, to be the real New York, or the real Asia Open. It's when, we've had Sydney online for the last couple of hours, but Tokyo opens here in 15 seconds. And so additional volume comes into the market, and we tend to get a little more movement. Again, at 9, an hour from now, we see additional volume come in. So those are the 2 hours I really like to trade the Asian market. And here we are, that's the 8 o'clock right there. And we're getting some push up. Right into the MPP. See right here, there's the MPP. Price moved right into it. So that's something I don't want to mess with right now. It could reliably push through it, but it's not where I want to place a bet. From a market structure technical point of view. Now we've been this high already this session. We've been here. So being where we are right now, we're not yet at the top of the range. So there's a little room to trade right here if it breaks through. Too little. It moved, but now we are getting close to where that top of the range is. Had I gotten in right before it moved, I could have made a little bit of money, but it hadn't shown me confirmation that it was going. And by the time it did show me confirmation, it had gone to a point where I didn't feel comfortable entering, because the remainder of the trajectory just wasn't enough for it to be worth the risk. Alright, so this is as good a time as any to go over some of my rules. One of the things I struggle with is letting losers run too far on me. I need to exit them sooner than I do. I don't use a automatic stop loss. I use manual stop loss. Several different reasons. I don't advocate that as the right way to trade, but a manual stop loss certainly isn't the wrong way to trade if you can trust yourself to exit when you're supposed to, and instead of holding and hoping, or rationalizing with yourself that, oh no, now this is so far in the negative, I may as well hold it and it'll come back. Oh, it's about to hit a resistance, and when it hits that, it's going to come back, or something like that. You start rationalizing that to yourself. I do that sometimes, and a lot of times when I do that, it actually works out in my favor, and that reinforces in my subconscious that that can happen. But then the time that it doesn't happen, it can wipe out a week's worth of my gains. And so I struggle with, and so you'd say, well, then why don't you just use an automatic stop loss? And a lot of people do. In my particular case right now, I am copy trading multiple accounts here on futures, some prop firm challenges and some already funded accounts. And the copy trader that I use is an internal copy trader at Tradovate, and it does not allow you to put a stop loss on multiple accounts at the same time at the moment that you place the trade. I can go into the DOM, and I can set it after I've already placed the trade. But my trades are pretty short term. Sometimes they last only a matter of seconds, sometimes a few minutes. And once I'm in a trade, I'm very concentrated on the trade. I can't be fiddling around with the DOM to set my stop loss and be thinking about where I want to put that, while at the same time I'm watching price and trying to gauge where I should get out. So this is just a muscle that I've had to build, of sometimes taking a loss and then having price come right back around and do what I wanted it to do in the first place. And that can be very disheartening, but it happens sometimes. Okay, we're coming back down below the monthly pivot here. Probably a nice little move here. Yes, it was. We might have something going on here. I don't know. There's just a lot of chop in this area. I mean, you don't see it here on this 10-second chart. I mean, you do, but you know, it's just bump, 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 up and down, up and down. We might have something here. Well, this isn't going to work. I can't keep the chat here because it covers up my buttons. Move that over here. I have a wishful trade here, but not enough. Not enough momentum. You know, it's like taking this trade. Yeah, I might make some profit if I take this sell right here, but the risk isn't worth the reward. I could end up losing $50 going in the opposite direction, and it's not worth it. You know, to my mental state, because I'm already up for the evening. Not by much, just by a little bit, as you know, but it's better than taking a loss. And I don't want to take a trade unless I'm more certain of a positive outcome. All right, so looks like we're heading back up here. Nothing really interesting to trade in between these two pivots, the MPP and the WM2. it looks like we're just going to be hanging out here for a little bit. Let's do a little homage to Wix9, who I used to watch. Do I have a little homage I can do for him? Let's see. I think I do. Here it is. We'll do a little homage to Wix9. And we might take a little cell. Alright, I took 20. Could have taken 40. But it was coming back at me, and I didn't want to ruin my evening by going into a drawdown that I would have to wait to come out of. Just trying to be very prudent. Now we're getting another little push down. Could get back in, but not going to. We're coming up on the WM2. So what did we do here? Let's we took that one at 819. Took a sell, an Arago, which is the name of that play. See, that came back up there. It was a good trade, but it was also the end of it. Good to get out. These are just moves, they're too small tonight. You know, these little piddly trades aren't really worth it, but if they're high probability, every little bit helps. Let's see, we might get through here. If it goes quickly. No, totally not worth it. Totally not worth it. All right, let's there we go. Updated our stats. All right, let's see here. I don't know. And you see it pushes down, but then it just gets rejected and pushes right back up. And if you can get that little move, that little push down, yeah, great. But then it just pops right back so quickly that if you get in a little bit late, you don't make anything, and it goes against you. And if you get in on time, you got to be really quick with the exit before it comes back. And yeah, you can do that if you got a little practice and you know how gold moves and you got that intuition. And that's worked out for me a couple times tonight. But those aren't the kinds of trades that that I really look for. The market right now, sometimes the market just doesn't give it to you. And tonight's one of those nights. It's like pulling teeth. If you're skilled, you've got some experience and some practice, you can get these little scalps. But, you know, and across all of my accounts, you know, it's an okay night for sitting here for a few hours, but you can do a lot better. So I'm not going to take this if it busts through here, because I can already see where it rejected from last time, just right there. Okay, if it busts through here, that's a different story. Okay, I'll take one. $20 negative, 10 negative. Still looks like we're coming down. We still have enough strength differential. What if it goes very, oh, that's too far against me right there. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be in this trade already. I'm regretting it. Oh, see, now that's just too much. That's 110 against me. Is anything telling me that that's going to come back? Not really. Got some market structure here that might hold it, but this is a bad trade. It's a bad trade. I had a good outcome doing this twice, and got a little overconfident. Now this might come back and let me out. That will not have made this a good trade. It will just have meant I got lucky. If it goes too much further against me, I will exit with the loss and be a little upset with myself. Now we've got 1 minute for the 8:30 candle. I'm too close to that. The 8:30 candle could send it either direction, violently against me or violently in my favor, but that's luck. That's not trading skill. "30 seconds. Now if it goes against me, I'm gonna get out. Chances are if it goes against me, it's gonna come back. Because that, you know, kind of those half-hour candles sometimes will first do the opposite of what you want it to do, but then it will do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that did the opposite of what I wanted it to do, and now I have to get out. Why am I letting it? It hasn't hit my hot stove exit, but it's close enough to my hot stove exit that I may as well let it breathe for a second and see if it's going to come back. And it is not coming back, and not only is it not coming back, my broker just logged me out. So now I can't get out if I want to. Alright, now my broker is letting me back in. Price is coming back somewhat. Okay, that is my hot stove exit right there. Okay, that was very painful. That was too big of a loss. Now, that one loss has set me back for the night. And now look, now price is coming back. So I took a 270 loss. Now here I was again thinking it would come down. Thinking that this time it was going to plow through here. But again, I was probably too close to this WM2. And now it's pushing back up above it. Now the gain that I get off of this isn't going to be great. I can't try to hold the gain for too long. I need to get out with, maybe I'll get 50. We'll just see what price action does here. It might just turn back around and go back up. Yep. Okay, here we come. Showed me 50, and then it showed me nothing. Like I said, it's not gonna give me much. Okay, I took the 60. All right, so I'm going to log that. Okay. Okay. Oops. I see something I did wrong there in the stats panel. I said I had. There we go. Okay, we might get another chance to trade here. Okay, we're still coming down. So I'm going to get in again if we, well, we are coming up on a high volume node from an earlier previous day, so I want to wait that out. Ah. I wasn't watching that one closely enough. There it goes. Now we took 100 off that one. That was a worthwhile trade. That was a worthwhile trade. Okay. First worthwhile trade of the evening. Unfortunately, I'm still underwater, but making a bit of a comeback. That was at 45. Okay. So you see how I can have 4 wins and it still is not making up for the 1 loss that I took. All right, so where are we here? I am a bit in the hole, but the market is moving more now. All right, so what do I have going on here? We have price that has come back up. Go back and look at this at on the 1 minute and kind of see what's been going on. So we came down with some fits and starts, but this was a nice move down. We got a couple of trades going down here, but we did have this one area here where it went against us. That was right there. And so this loss, where I took a sell and it went up and it hit my manual stop, my max manual stop actually. So it wiped out, you know, I had 2 very small wins up until that point. It wiped that out and then some. I've been able to make most of it back. All right, we've got 4 minutes till the 9 o'clock candle. Well, actually 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And I usually wrap this up shortly after 9. Okay, there's the 9 o'clock candle. Let's see what this thing does. Oh no, we got 1 minute. 1 minute for the 9 o'clock candle. Three, two, one. There it is. All right, took 110. That puts me in the green for the night. That is all that I'm going to do to press my luck. I am going to call this session here. Up for the night, did some good trading, took that big loss. That was not what I wanted to do at all. That was a bad idea. Bad trade. That is my weakness. This looks like we want to come down again, but I'm not going to take the trade. Not going to do it. All right, chat. That puts us, let's go ahead and change the stats though before we log off. That puts us at 7 trades, 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 break even. All right, chat, YouTube, it's been real, it's been fun. How do I put up that, do I even have that around here anymore, or do I take it off? I think I might have taken that one off. Yeah, because I don't have anything. Oh, here it is. Boom. Stream ending. All right. Good night.